Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. So, in the previous class, we are discussing about the questions on auto cycle. So, one question I have done and one question I have given for you so that you can solve that question for a practice. So, today I am going to solve that question. Okay. So, the question is I am going to write here the question. In an auto engine, in an auto engine, in an auto engine, in an auto engine, pressure and temperature at the beginning of compression are pressure and temperature at the beginning of compression are at the beginning of compression are 1 bar and 37 degrees Celsius respectively. 1 bar and 37 degrees Celsius respectively. Calculate the thermal efficiency of the cycle. Calculate the thermal efficiency of the cycle. Calculate the thermal efficiency of the cycle. If the pressure at the end of adiabatic compression, if the pressure at the end of adiabatic compression, at the end of adiabatic compression is 15 bar, is 15 bar. Okay. Peak temperature peak temperature during the cycle is peak temperature during the cycle is 2000 Kelvin. Peak temperature is given here 2000 Kelvin. Calculate calculate heat supplied per kg of air. Heat supplied per kg of air. Work done per kg. Work done per kg. And the pressure at the end of adiabatic expansion. Pressure at the end of adiabatic expansion. Adiabatic expansion. Take Cv equal to take Cv equal to 0.717 0.717 kilojoule per kg Kelvin and gamma equal to 1.4. Gamma equal to 1.4. Okay. Now, so this is the last question. We are discussing this question, the last one also. So first of all, we have to write the given data. Okay. First of all, write the given data. So what data is given in the question? In an auto engine, read the question carefully. In an auto engine, pressure and temperature at the beginning of compression. Now, at the beginning of compression means draw the diagram here, PV diagram here. This is the PV diagram. One, two, three, four. Okay. So at the beginning of compression means compression begins at point 1. So at point 1, pressure and temperature is given. So right here, P1 is given equal to 1 bar. P1 is given equal to 1 bar and temperature T1 is given equal to pressure and temperature 37 degrees Celsius respectively. 37 degrees Celsius, convert it into Kelvin. So it will become 310 Kelvin. Okay. Calculate the thermal efficiency of the cycle. So we have to calculate here the thermal efficiency eta we have to calculate here. Okay. If the pressure at the end of adiabatic compression, at the end of adiabatic compression means adiabatic compression takes from 1 to 2. So end of adiabatic compression means compression ends at point 2. So pressure at point 2 is given here. P2 is given here. P2 is equal to pressure at the end of adiabatic compression is 15 bar. P2 is equal to 15 bar. Okay. Now peak temperature during the cycle is 2000 Kelvin. Peak temperature is now this PV diagram. Peak point is 0.3. So peak temperature is temperature at 0.3. So T3 is given here. T3 is given equal to T3 is given equal to 2000 Kelvin. Okay. 2000 Kelvin. So we have to calculate heat supplied per kg, work done per kg, and pressure at the end of adiabatic expansion. At the end of adiabatic expansion takes place from 3 to 4. So expansion ends at 0.4. So P4 is asking here. P4 is also asking here. Okay. So first we will find the efficiency. Now for efficiency we need compression ratio R. That we are already there for P1 and P2. You know that general formula. If we go from point 1 to 2, so general equation from 1 to 2 will be P1 V1 to power gamma equal to P2 V2 to power gamma. Okay. Now from here you can write. So compression ratio R is actually V1 by V2. So put this V2 here below V1. So V1 by V2 to the power whole power gamma is equal to P1 comes here P2 by P1, or we can write V1 by V2 is compression ratio R and transfer this power gamma to the other side, so it will become P2 by P1 to the power 1 by gamma. Okay, now put all the values here. So we get R is equal to P2 is, what is the value of P2? So P2 is 15 and P1 is 1 bar. So 15 by 1 to the power 1 by 1.4. So we get the value of R here. It will come equal to R will come equal to, after calculation, it will come equal to it will come equal to 5.14. Okay. There may be some calculation mistakes, so I will suggest you that you also use your calculator to calculate the value, to find the actual value. Okay. Because these values are from answers are from book. Okay. So now we have find the value of R. Now we can calculate the value of this. So eta is equal to 1 minus 1 by R to power gamma minus 1. Put the value of R here. It will be equal to 1 minus 1 by R is 5.14 to the power 1.4 minus 1. So it will become equal to answer will become equal to 0.539. or if we multiply here by 100, then we get the efficiency in percentage. So it will be 53.9%. Okay. Okay. So we have got our first answer, that is efficiency is equal to 53.9%. Okay. Now the next is heat supplied per kg. So the next question is heat supplied per kg. Heat added per kg. So heat addition takes place from 2 to 3. So formula will be from 2 to 3. So it will be Cv T3 minus T2. Cv T3 minus T2. I am not using here M. The basic formula is M Cv T3 minus T2. But we have to calculate this value in per kg, per unit mass. So I have removed M from here. Now we know the value of Cv. Value of Cv is given in the question 0.717. We know the value of T3. T3 is also given in the question. This is 2000 Kelvin, but we don't know the value of T2. So we have to calculate the value of T2. Now this value T2 value of T2 we can also calculate with the help of pressure, either pressure or with the help of compression. Okay. So here we know the formula T2 by T1 equal to V1 by V2 to power gamma minus 1, or T2 equal to T1 into V1 by V2 is actually R. So it will be R to power gamma minus 1. Put the value here. So we get T2 is equal to T1 is 310 into 5.14 to the power 1.4 minus 1. After calculation it will come equal to T2 will come equal to 672 Kelvin. It will come equal to 672 Kelvin. Okay. Now we can put the value of T2 here and we can find the value. So it will be equal to, now previous heat supply I am writing as Qs. Okay. So it will become equal to Cv means 0.717 into T3 means value of T3 is 2000 minus 672. So after calculation it will become equal to Qs will become equal to 952.2 kilojoule per kg. 952.2 kilojoule per kg. Okay. Now the next part that is asked the question is Gordon per kg. Now we know the value of heat addition Qs and we know the value of eta efficiency. So we can easily calculate the Gordon. Okay, eta is basically Gordon by heat addition. So by using that simple formula, we can calculate the value of heat addition also. So I am writing this part. So you can say that eta is equal to work done by heat addition is Qs. So work done equal to eta into Qs. We know both the values. So work done is equal to eta is what? What is the value of eta? Eta is 952.2. No, eta is 53. So we have to put this value of eta in fraction here, not in percentage. So it will be 0.539, 0.539 into Qs. What is the value of Qs here? 952.2. 952.2. So work done will become equal to, after calculation it will come equal to 513.2. 513.2 kilojoule per kg. Okay. So this is the value of work done. Now we need to calculate the value of pressure at the end of adiabatic expansion is P4. Okay. So first we need to know what value at which points we know the pressure, value of pressure. Okay. So we know the value of pressure at point 1. Very good. At point 2. Very good. But we don't know the value of pressure at point 3. So first we need to evaluate the pressure at point 3. Then we will go for pressure at point 4. Okay. So to calculate the pressure at point 3, we need to go from 2 to 3 or process 2 to 3. Okay. So I am getting some values here. So I am getting this value here. Okay. So, so from 2 to 3, from 2 to 3, we can say we need to evaluate the value of P3, so we can say P3 by P2 equal to P3 by P2 because it is a constant volume process. So this formula will apply T3 by P2 equal to T3 by T2. We know the value of T3, T2 and T2. So we can evaluate T3 by T2 into T3 by T2. Put all the values here. So we get T2 value of T is 15 bar, 15 into value of T3 is 2000 divided value of T is T2, we have calculated there 672. So value of T3 will come equal to 44.64 bar. It will come equal to 44.64 bar. Okay. Now as we have the value of pressure at point 3, now we can proceed for pressure at point 4. So we have to move from process 3 to 4. Okay. Now from, if we say from 3 to 4, from 3 to 4, if we apply again, we getting the adiabatic process. Okay, so we have to apply same equation we still apply for 1 to 2. So for 3 to 4, we can apply the equation P4 by P3, P4 by P3 equal to P4 by P3 equal to, or we can apply the general equation. We can simplify the general equation, that is P1 given to power gamma is equal to P2 to the power gamma. So we are moving from 3 to 4, so we can say P3 D3 to power gamma equal to P4 D4 to power gamma. Okay, and we have plotted this value P4, so we can say P4 is equal to P3 into V3 by V4 to the power gamma. Take this V4 below V3, so we can plot the value of P4 here. Okay, so P4 will be equal to, now here we can say V3 is equal to V2 and V4 is equal to V1. So we can replace V2 in place of V3 and V1 in place of V4. So it will be equal to P3 into V2 by V1 to the power gamma. Okay, or P4 equal to P3 into V2 is actually 1 by R. We can write V3 by V2 is equal to 1 by R. Okay, so 1 by R. Okay, so the power gamma, so put the values here. So P4 is equal to P3 is, what is the value of P3 here? So value of P3 we have just calculated here. P3 is 44.6 bar, so 44.64 into 1 by R is 1 by, value of R is 5.14 to the power 1.4. So after calculation, we will get the value of E4 is equal to, it will come equal to, it is come equal to 2.98 bar. Okay, 2.98 bar. So in this way, we can calculate all the values by using the formulas. Okay. So this is all for today. So in the next class we will discuss some more questions. Okay. Thank you.